to a lovely Halloween. First, let's chat about what I'm wearing. This is the porcelain sweater. It is a pattern by Lene Holme Samsø or Lay Knits, and I knit this using our Merino cashmere nylon fingering weight yarn. The main color of this sweater, I used our antique colorway. This red poppy color is our poppy color. This purpley pink where I did the Scandinavian motif is our bohemian color. And this really pretty pink is our gumdrop color. So this is my porcelain sweater. I really enjoyed knitting this. It's a knit that I wear quite often. I do have the sleeves rolled up because I am a yarn dyer. I dye all of the yarn for a homespun house, as it is my business. I chose to wear this while I was dyeing yarn. I don't change my clothes while I'm dyeing yarn, and the entire sleeve or cuff of the sleeve is colored in this bright green dye. So I do have leftovers from when I knit this sweater. I have leftovers of the antique colorway, and I am pretty sure in November I'm going to dedicate a day to ripping out the cuff and re-knitting that part that I dyed green. Enough of that chat though. Let's get into what has been cozying up my needles this past week. Cheers. So the next item that I want to share with you is the Stella cushion by Laura Penrose, and she has beautiful patterns. I really enjoy her pattern writing. A lot of you reminded me last episode that I did indeed knit her Maxine hot water bottle cozy. I thought that this was the only pattern of hers that I have knit before, but I indeed knit her Maxine hot water bottle cozy. But this is the Stella cushion. Uses DK weight yarn. You can use 2 skeins of fingering weight held double to knit this. I chose to use DK weight minis for each of these colors. You can get 2 pillows out of each kit. I think this is a pillow that will look stunning year round, but I also think it's going to add a lot of cozy Christmas feeling to our home. I also think this would be a very fun pattern for an advent calendar. You could choose a tonal to do for your background and then use your advent calendars for each of the small motifs there, those diamond motifs. I think that would be really beautiful. You could do a few of those and just add 1 piece each day. In the end, you would have 3 pillows at the end of your advent season. Oh my goodness, I love that idea. So we still do have advent calendars in the shop. They're almost gone. We have a small handful left, but for any of you who are interested in getting one, we have only our 24 minis of advent. You can choose if you'd like a charm or a sock set to open up on Christmas Day, but those are getting low. So if you're interested, Advent season is only a month away, and we have already shipped all of our 4 Sundays of Advent, and this upcoming week we are shipping and getting out all of our big Advent calendars. As I mentioned last week, I could have knit through this the entire week. You can easily get 1 strip. So this is 3 strips. This is 1, this is 2, and this is the 3rd strip. Easily knit a strip in a day or in a long evening after work. It is definitely doable. You could do 1 or 2 in the morning before you head off to work, if you leave yourself a little bit of time, and then the next 2 in the evening. But it is very hard to put down. I have been dedicating 1 strip a week, which means next week when you see this pillow will be done. At least the front of it will be done. I still plan on, this is the back side of the pillow, I still plan on adding a velvet, or I even considered some sort of a velvet, very fine corduroy backing to sew to this. I do plan on sewing this shut, as this will be a purely decorative pillow in our home. So I am very much enjoying knitting this, and because I will have enough yarn to knit another pillow, I'm going to knit another one. I think I'm going to, with all of these very neutral tones, I'm going to knit it different. I'm not going to knit the same pillow. These are going to be sisters. And I will knit a pink tone in between each of these neutral tones. I think that will give it a very fun effect. So this is very enjoyable, and I am curious if any of you have knit this before, your thoughts on it. It's such a beautiful pattern, and as I mentioned, it's a hard one to put down. Something new that I have on my needles this week is the Vilma top. This is a pattern by Gregoria Fiber Arts. I'm knitting this out of our Merino Cashmere Nylon DK, and I am now onto my second ball of yarn. I think I'll probably use 2 skeins of yarn for this. It's possible I'll dig into the third one a little bit. I did dye 3 skeins for myself just to be safe. And this is a wonderful construction. Like the Stella quilt cushion, it is all knit in one piece. There is not any sewing required in this. That's something that's also really nice about this pattern. There's no sewing of pieces together. And the Vilma top is the same. So first you knit the bottom kind of hem. You cast it on with a provisional cast on. You know what? I think I cast this on last time. I can't remember. But you cast it on with a provisional cast on, and then you knit up. This looks so jumbled right now, but you knit up each side. I'm knitting the smallest version, so version number 1. So I knit the left side, the right side, you do some shoulder shaping. I know it looks ridiculous now, but you can see in the photograph how beautiful it will look when it's finished. And now I have pretty easy shapeless shaping. I have to start knitting up on the back, and I think I will probably do that today. And then once the back is finished, I can start adding all of the details around the collar. I can pick up for the button bands. And then at the end, you pick up the entire bottom edge and you do a beautiful, it's not ribbing, it's a lace detail with some garter stitch that I find absolutely stunning. It gives the piece a very dainty, chic appeal to it. So I'm having a lot of fun knitting this. I know I'm going to wear it a lot. I'm also a little intrigued about how this would knit up in more of a structured yarn, that being a non-superwash yarn. So once I finish this, I'll see how it feels wearing it, because cashmere is a very drapey yarn, and especially if it's a superwash yarn, it's very drapey, which I love about it. As I mentioned, this one is also knit in Merino Cashmere fingering. This is the DK weight, and I'll see how I like it for a vest. I do have a few vests that I do wear, and they're all very drapey. I don't have a single more sturdy, structured vest, but as I mentioned, a part of me is quite curious because it's so beautiful, but also as a layering piece as winter is coming to wear. So this is so much fun to knit, and I think this is also going to be something that I wear a lot. I really love the color of this. It's our Teddy colorway, and I think it is a very versatile, soft and warm brown. So pretty and so much fun. I finished a pair of socks. I knit these using our Sweater Weather colorway. This is the Rye sock pattern by Tin Can Knits. I knit this using fingering weight yarns. So I believe it's called the Rye Light. I think she has a DK weight version as well. And I used a 60 stitch count, and I just did 18 stitches amongst the front of a garter stitch panel. This is also knit using our Merino Cashmere fingering weight yarn. I knit a Friday tee by Petite Knit using this exact yarn. I barely dug into the third skein of that yarn, so I decided to use the leftovers to knit a pair of socks, and boy oh boy did I play yarn chicken. I think I probably had about this much left in the end. I don't know why I decided to knit such a long leg when I knit these, especially because I knew I didn't have a full skein of yarn. Generally speaking, I've never used a full skein of yarn for a pair of socks unless I've been knitting a pair of socks for my husband. But still, I think I should have been a little more careful. I I was a bit nervous near the end of this sock, like, oh my gosh, I was trying to use leftovers. Do I need to dig into another skein? You know, when you try to use leftovers for a project, but the leftovers aren't enough, it's not a great feeling. So these are finished. I love them. Merino cashmere is such a cozy base to wear on your feet, on your body. Let's be honest, anywhere. So those are finished, and I probably will gift those to my mom when she arrives in 3 weeks, which is very exciting. She and my dad were here this past summer, but last year my mom we started this tradition, I hope it's a tradition, we'll see, of her coming every end of November into December so that she's here in Germany for the wonderful Christmas markets that we have here. I really enjoy her being here at that time. It's so much fun to decorate my home with her. That's very special for me. And visiting the Christmas markets together. It's my favorite time of year. So being able to spend that time with her here is extra wonderful. So I am knitting on another pair of socks. This is the Petal Drop socks by Florence Miller. It's a very fun pattern. These are in our velvet colorway on merino cashmere nylon. I also used leftovers for these socks. This is definitely a theme with me this autumn season. And I was smart this time and I knit the cuff quite short. So one is finished. And I'm at the gusset decreases now on this one. This one has not been blocked. This one has been blocked. Quite a difference. You also feel a big difference when you're knitting cables or lace with any sort of yarn, how much it softens when you wash, soak, and block the item. I don't generally block my socks. However, when I am doing a motif with lace or cables, I always will. So as it being Halloween, and as I was knitting these in October, I have this cute little horror stories or ghost stories book, Progress Keeper, on that project while I'm knitting on those. These will definitely be finished next week. I am enjoying knitting on those. The next pair of socks, I just have the first one finished. This is our Wildwood colorway on our tweed fingering base. It is merino, tweed nep, and nylon, so it's perfect for socks. And I just knit this pattern myself. I did a 15 pattern repeat. So knit 4, purl 2 for 15 rounds. And then with the 4 knit stitches, I did a cable. Simple, fun, and effective. I did a heel flap and gusset. It's my favorite. I feel like it looks the most polished. I pretty much knit that on all of my socks. I finished my small little Sophie shawl using our tulle skirt colorway. I wear mine like this. Oh, and I gifted Mako hers that I knit out of Scandinavia on Monday, and she really loved it. I've seen her wearing it each day that she comes into work. So while this looks horrible with the shirt that I'm wearing, it looks so sweet with anything a bit darker, quite neutral tone, but this just has too much going on and all of the colors are wrong. So this is knit out of our 50% silk, 50% yak base. It is not one that's in the shop, but it will be coming to the shop this spring. Such a fun knit. And I have cast my second one on. I have 5 different colors that I dyed up using this base because I think it's perfect for the transition of fall time going into winter. It's really nice to wear inside when I'm a little bit cozier. And I knit this using our biscuit colorway. Just have a little bit on the needles there. This is again my project that stays down in the studio while I am working. If there's something that I need to grab, that's what I grab. I finished my Stay Toasty scarf. Did I call the Sophie scarf the Sophie shawl? If I did, I'm sorry. I used to knit so many shawls, so for me, in my head, everything that I knit that's long and you put around your neck is a shawl. but lately I've been very much so into scarf. I still do have to weave my ends in here. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't bind off. I must have just taken it off my needles, blocked it even, and didn't bind off. What was going on in my mind that day? I don't know. So I knit this using our Fern colorway. I used our non-superwash fingering and I held it with our Fern in the mohair silk color. So this one also is absolutely beautiful, so cozy. You can wear it however you want, tying it a bit loosely, and it is just absolutely stunning. I love this green, and it is a very warm, cozy scarf. I've knit this using our oatmeal colorway, and I probably will knit more. I think I'd like to knit a few versions of this using our brushed merino, which that reminds me, I actually have. I knit one for my oldest daughter using our Rosegold and Fresh Sheets color. The final thing that I have been knitting on and a new cast on this week is using our Rosegold brushed merino. This is the leftovers from the Stay Toasty scarf that I knit for my oldest daughter. And because this is a lace weight yarn, you get 600 meters per 100 gram skeins. This is about 50 grams what I have left over here. And I am using that gorgeous teddy color that I'm knitting my Vimma top with by Gregoria Fiber Arts. I'm using our merino cashmere nylon and fingering weight yarn for this, however. The two of those marled together creates this super ultra cozy, soft fabric. I am using a 3.5 millimeter needle, and this is the Vienna scarf by Petite Knit. It is a set that you can purchase from her. It comes with a pair of mittens, and then it comes with this gorgeous scarf pattern. I have knit quite a few pairs of the mittens from this set, but I have really been enjoying wearing scarves lately, as I mentioned earlier, and I thought that this pattern would be so perfect to knit in this combination. It is very neutral, but it also just has such a gorgeous color and fabric to it. I love how the brushed merino comes up in these slight little neps of texture in the teddy, and it also softens the teddy quite a lot. I did consider and play around with the idea of dyeing up the brushed merino on teddy as well, but I really liked that bit of contrast with the two colors and the way that it softened the teddy. It's nice because it is just simply knit in the round. It's the most simple pattern ever. I think is why she creates it as a set. Normally her patterns are sold by themselves, but she adds this. She, as in the pattern writer of Petite Knit, she added this to the mitten set, which I definitely recommend. The pattern is worth it, whether you want to knit the mittens or the mittens and scarf together. I am loving knitting this. It's perfect for knitting in the round. We are going to Friends this evening while our children trick-or-treat together. And I'll probably take this with as the most simple round and round project that I have. And I want this to be very long and cozy, which means that I will probably be knitting on this for quite some time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Until next time, take care, stay cozy, and I will see you all again next Friday.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high.